Fresh off a victory that unseated St. Louis atop the East, Motor City returns home to a raucous crowd tonight at home versus the out-of-it Chicago Dragons. And the Mustangs ride the momentum. The Portland Huskies hold on to the 8th seed in the Great West and welcome a Denver squad who's won 3 of 4 since starting 1-9. Will Portland take care of business or succumb to the Avengers' newfound onslaught? And San Diego is in need of a bounce back after dropping their showdown with division rival Los Angeles. There's been no better bounce back than Montana. The Silvertips are in Cali tonight. We'll watch it all tonight on the Virtual Zone. Week 16 continues right here on VFN. Sit back and enjoy the glory of 3 times the football as 90 minutes of UFL action starts right now as Portland kicks it underway in their all-purples tonight, trying to take care of business against Denver. Chicago's kicked off to Motor City. Montana's kicked off to San Diego. And we are underway across the UFL. Welcome to the program. I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine. 7 nights to go in the regular season, or roughly about 3 weeks' time in actual calendar days, as Rob Noel takes the carry. Super excited for the playoffs. 9 teams have clinched. 7 spots remain. A ton of divisions still up for grabs, including the Pacific, where Zach Holdorf is sacked by Bonahan in the backfield for a loss of 7 yards. That's how the day for San Diego gets started. Portland had a chance to get the Northern Division last week against Dakota, lost in devastating fashion. They are now firmly in the wild card race, the number 8 seed right now. Denver is 4-10 and out of it. Rob Noel takes the handoff and gets the first down. This is Jack Brown on a little pump fake, and Motor City dumps that one off, and that is good enough for a first down. Well, despite Motor City getting that monster win over St. Louis, the playoff picture has them currently on the outside looking in. Motor City just on the outskirts. Milwaukee and Tennessee right there, but Milwaukee and Tennessee play later this week, so a monster game in the East there as Jack Brown's going to take off and run. He loses the football, and it's picked up by Chicago down the sideline, and then an unnecessary roughness penalty at the end of the play. So Chicago, who already has a win over Motor City this season, takes the ball away. Wide open, San Diego's Sir Jefferson down to the Montana 35-yard line for a San Diego first down. So Chicago forces the first turnover of the early evening, and now in the red zone against the mighty Mustangs, who are still just on the outside looking in the East, as Corey Preston takes the handoff to the 7-yard line to set up a 2nd down and 2 for the Dragons. How about Denver? They're across the 50. They got a stop, and McKay Breeze picks up 8 yards. Or check that, they did not get a stop. Rob Noel with an excellent carry, getting Denver into Portland territory. 3rd down and 1 after another run for Chicago at the 6-yard line. Rob Noel is bullying over Portland defenders so far in this game. 42 yards on his first 4 carries. Mike Roberts on a 3rd down and 1 spreads out the defense and scores. Touchdown Dragons from 6 yards out on their opening drive. Brio Mebane, unclaimed wide receiver, continues his stellar season. He picks up touchdown number 9 on the campaign, coming in just 83 yards shy of a 1,000-yard season. The Dragons striking first here tonight on game night. Chicago coming in is tied with Montana for the worst record in the league at 3-11. Minnesota 4-11. Denver 4-10 coming into the night. Shout outs to Iggy, Robert Henson, Think Outside the Box, Justin Reside, Joseph Clausen, Ron Haynes, Andy Beaverhausen, Ellie, Iggy, and more in the chat as Zach Holdorf going to take off and run. San Diego is in the red zone on their opening drive. Denver is nearly into the red zone on their opening drive. You see San Diego at the top of your upper right-hand corner, the number 5 seed right now, just behind Los Angeles. A win tonight would put them back in the lead for the time being in the Pacific. That's a first down and goal coming up for San Diego. There goes Breeze, beating Portland defenders and running again. 25 yards on 2 carries rather, for the Avengers, and they are in the red zone at the 5-yard line. San Diego is at the 9-yard line. Play fake, Holdorf on first down and goal, going to take off and run it himself into the end zone for the touchdown. A 9-yard score for the Wildcats. And that is a solid opening drive for San Diego. They wanted to get a little bit more variety on first down. That was their key this week after they were just too predictable against Los Angeles last week. Denver gets that down to the 3-yard line on Breeze's first completion of the drive. San Diego scores on their opening possession. Chicago scores on their opening possession. Denver trying to score on their opening possession as Motor City's up the 41-yard line. Extra point for San Diego is good. The handoff goes to Noel. Noel is buried in the backfield, back to the 6, as Portland looks for a goal line stand. Marco Swift here is supporting the Aztecs and hoping that Montana can pull a monumental upset. It would be one of the biggest upsets in the league this season, considering that they are 7 games back of San Diego in the standings. You see Blake Green warming up right now for Montana. He is yet to take the field after 4+ minutes of San Diego's offense doing whatever they wanted on that opening drive. On a 3rd down and goal, they're going to give it to Noel again, and Denver is going to end up just shy of the end zone. So Portland ends up getting a defensive stop and will bring on the Avengers kicker for our first field goal attempt of the night. Seven, 6, and 9, your current numbers. This is a 22-yard field goal for Denver to make it a 3-0 ball game, and that kick is up and good. So let's see what Motor City does on their second possession. They're going to get dropped for a loss on that play. Blake Green wide open over the middle. First down, pickup of 19 yards. That is Brady Bradley with the catch for Montana. It'll be 3rd down coming up for the Mustangs. Robert Henson of New York hoping and cheering on Chicago tonight. Keep Motor City off the Lightning's back.
Check, 53's Mike. Watch the run, watch the run. Switch. Big Griffin.
Jack Brown dropping to throw on a 3rd down and 8. Deep shot down the sideline, over the shoulder. Caught by James Walters. First down, Mustangs to the Chicago 27-yard line. Jason Williams on his first carry for Montana picks up 13 yards and has the Silvertips into San Diego territory on their opening possession. Ramsey was in coverage on Walters, and that in slow motion just over the outside shoulder. Beautiful pass from Jack Brown. Motor City 3.5-point favorites today. Remember, they lost to Chicago in the first meeting, but they are at home, and they do have the momentum off that St. Louis win. That pass is caught down to the 9-yard line, and Motor City is in the red zone. Ace Fennick with the catch. 1st and goal for Motor City. Emmanuel Blackman's airing it out deep. Down 3-0. Jump ball is knocked away and incomplete. Denver defense does its job. Let's go to San Diego, where Montana has a 2nd down and 10 to the 41-yard line. They hand it off to Williams. He breaks the tackle. Williams in the open field, all the way down to the 23-yard line. 31 yards on his first 3 carries. Brown checks it down inside the 5-yard line down to the 2. The pass hauled in by King Richard. 2nd and goal coming up for Motor City. Emmanuel Blackman, jump ball, caught at the 44. Handoff, Jimmy Lorenzo, touchdown from 2 yards out. And Motor City is on the board. Red zone offense is humming tonight across the UFL. Let's go back to Montana's opening drive. Blake Green on a play fake. Dumps it short down to the, well, got no gain. Officially, good jumping catch from Michael Knight there for Portland. Extra point is good for Motor City. They respond on their second possession and tie the game at 7. That's what Montana's trying to do with 5:20 to go in the first quarter. Portland's got a second down and 5. They trail 3-0. This handoff is going the wrong way, but then an unnecessary flag. Wow, at the end of that play, that penalty was on Alexander Ross. That's a stunner. One of San Diego's best defenders wipes away what would have been a monster loss and gives Montana a first down at the San Diego 14-yard line. That is a soul-crushing penalty for San Diego. Blake Green from the 14 had an open receiver, but just missed him, his first incompletion of the day. We'll see what Chicago does with a full field in front of them for the first time. Second down and 10 for Montana at the 14. Blake Green dropping a throw. Green fires, caught, and that's a touchdown for Montana. From 14 yards out, the pass hauled in by number 89. That is way down the line. That is the second tight end on the roster, Trayvon DeShields, with that catch for Montana.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Shields is so irrelevant, we don't even track his stats. And there goes Portland breaking tackles for a 19-yard touchdown. And every team has scored on game night in the opening 10 minutes of the ball game. Little dump off into the flat to Davian Fort. Makes a couple people miss, and Portland responds to Denver's field goal and takes the lead at home. So Montana, in kind of a shocker, scores on their opening drive on San Diego's very challenging defense. The Wildcats second in the league in scoring defense, giving up just 14.8 points per game. Only Los Angeles gives up fewer. The extra point for Portland is good, and we have 5 teams with a touchdown on the board. Denver gets a field goal on their opening drive. Everyone has scored here in the first quarter, and everyone has come to play here in Week 16 of the UFL. Chicago crushed at the line on 3rd down and 1. It is now 4th and 1 for Chicago. And we'll see how the Dragons want to play this one. Chicago's going to punt. Zach Holdorf is sliding for another first down for San Diego. This punt from Chicago is angled, but it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So nothing doing there for the Dragons. Jack Brown and the Mustangs back to work.
Ready! 60 Pittsburgh. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
Let's go to San Diego, where Payne Price gets it on a counter. Look at Price. He's galloping like he's on one of those plastic horse heads. My goodness, Price making quick work of Montana there for a 6-yard gain. He's quite the character. Price, #1 in the league in yards per game at 126. And so far, Price has 35 yards on 6 carries. Almost no one has had an answer for him, although Los Angeles last week kept him down pretty good.
Here we go. 10 Lobo. All day, dog. Ready.
First down and 10. Denver's across the 50. Holdorf and the Wildcats are back across the 50. Look at Holdorf's speed. Getting a block down the field all the way down to the Montana 24-yard line. 56 yards on Holdorf's first 4 carries with 2:40 to go in the first. Holdorf 16th in the UFL, averaging 75 yards a game. He now has over 1,000 yards for the season. Motor City just threw an interception. That pass was picked off by the unclaimed free safety, Neil Brown. And for the second time in the first quarter, Motor City turns it over to Chicago and gives the Dragons excellent field position at their 45-yard line. Holdorf now throwing for a 14-yard touchdown. That pass hauled in by Ari Mills, the star tight end of the Wildcats, and San Diego's 2 for 2 on offense here today. Mills with his 4th touchdown of the season in 5 games. As Preston takes the handoff, Chicago is across the 50-yard line. So is Denver. 1:15 to go in the first quarter. And there's a penalty marker. And besides Chicago forcing a couple of turnovers, I don't think we've seen a single punt on game night so far. Oh, we did that, the Chicago 4th and 1 punt. But they've been few and far between. Rob Noel up to the 32-yard line. Anthony's here saying, cheering for Denver as Fresno looks to better their playoff positioning with a Portland loss. Chicago's got a first down to the Motor City 30-yard line. Handoff to Rob Noel. The 28, already 11 carries, but an impressive 62 yards for Noel to start the contest.
53 is the mark. Stay with your man.
Chicago's got a 1st and 10. 3rd down and 4 for Denver. This is McKay Breeze into heavy traffic. There was some miscommunication there. The receiver was not even looking for it. Roberts on a play fake for Chicago, and Mike Roberts, who doesn't run often, going to take off and slide to the 25-yard line. Roberts so far this season has a whopping 6 carries, but for 47 yards. Denver's going to have to settle for another field goal. This is a 45-yard kick for the Avengers. And that kick is good. End of the first quarter in Portland, 7-6 Huskies. Blake Green back to work on Montana's 2nd possession. That pass is caught by Bradley Green, 5 of 6 for 45 yards. As Montana tries to strike back against the Wildcats. Just 2 seconds left in the first quarter in Motor City, and just before Chicago gets into the red zone, we will hit the end of the first quarter there. 1st and 10 for Montana. The handoff goes to Jason Williams, and this time Williams not as much room on as he had on his opening drive. Montana not going to win a lot of scoring battles with San Diego. The crazy thing about the Silvertips is that they are last in points scored and they are last in points allowed, giving up more points than any other team in the league and scoring the fewest points of any team in the league, as Montana has another first down and another impressive run as they hit the end of the first quarter in California. How about Chicago settling for a 43-yard field goal? That kick is up and good, and 10 is also off the board. So 10-7 Chicago, 14-7 San Diego. Blake Green's got another first down to the Wildcat 34-yard line, and 7-6 Portland on top of Denver. Huskies have a first down to the 40-yard line. Coming up on Thursday, every game, just like here tonight, every game on game night will impact the playoff picture. Washington takes on San Jose. Now, by the time the Knights hit the field again, they might be out of it, but San Jose certainly is not. As, wow, Montana is back in the red zone again. Trying to make it 2 for 2 against San Diego. Montana has found a rhythm today. Let's go to California, where the Silvertips trying to make it 2 for 2. Blake Green on a little crossing pattern picks up 5 yards. Montana this week, their game plan adjustment was red zone offense. And we've already seen them get 1 touchdown down here. Now they're at the 14-yard line. Could they get another one? Good evening, Mike Daggs. Play action, Blake Green. Green fires. That pass is caught down to the 2-yard line. The Montana Silvertips in a surprising shootout with San Diego right now with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Can they punch it in? Portland's across the 50. Handoff. Williams is cut down at the 3-yard line. Franks with his second tackle. Mike Daggs and Ramos Lynn have the call for prime time tonight, where the 5-9 Albuquerque Atomics host the league's top record, the 12-2 Salt Lake Hornets. A win for Salt Lake as Montana scores from 3 yards out. That's Williams. Blackman lofts it into the red zone, but it's dropped. 3rd and 26 coming up for Motor City after the Mustangs nearly turned the ball over for the 3rd time in the first half, as Jack Brown nearly coughed it up again.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Montana will tie the game at 14. Let's see what Motor City can do with a 3rd down and 26. Empty look. Jack Brown dropping to throw. Brown going for it all down the field. Criminally underthrown, and it's picked off. The 3rd turnover of the first half, and it could have easily been a 3rd earlier in the drive. Chicago's defense, which went under a complete cosmetic change last week in their dominating win on the road against Minnesota, is dominating Motor City in their house. In the first half, a 3-point lead to show for it. Ace Fennick was open down the field, but Jack Brown just couldn't get it there. San Diego and Montana have scored touchdowns on every single drive in that game. And Montana, the team that scores the least amount of points in the league, at 17.2 against San Diego, who gives up just 14.8. And the Silvertips have 14, and there's plenty of time to go in the first half, go figure. 40-yard field goal for Portland is up and good, and they extend their lead to 10-6.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Zach Holdorf in the montage. He has been a tough problem for Montana, but Silvertips holding their own.
Set. 10 logo. Check, check. Walk 54. Walk 54. I know he ain't got it.
Holdorf going to take off and run again. And look at the speed. All the way to the 43-yard line. 73 yards on his first 5 carries. And with 8:50 to go in the first half, that is nearly Holdorf's yards per game average on the ground. Second down and 3 for Mike Roberts, as that completion gets down to the Motor City 48-yard line. 5 for 6. Payne Price now on the carry for the Wildcats as Montana looks for the first stop of that game.
30 base.
McKay Breeze going to take off and run for Denver. Has a block down the field. Breeze with the shake and bake, picking up 21 yards. Chicago's across the 50 again on Motor City as Price will go backwards. 3rd and 9 coming up for San Diego. Can Montana's defense make it happen? Zach Holdorf going to take off and run. Get to the 46-yard line. 6 carries now, 75 yards, but Montana gets that stop they were looking for. We'll see the first punt of that game. Chicago had a 3rd and short situation earlier in the half that they failed to convert. They ended up punting. What will the Dragons' fate be on 3rd down and 2?
Big stop, let's go.
Roberts going to throw for it this time, and wide open. His receiver,
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Desmond Stewart, gets Chicago back in the red zone. McKay Breeze down 4, flips that out to Garday, the tight end in the flat, for just a 2-yard pickup. So Montana gets their first stop of the game. Could they actually make it 3 for 3 on offensive drives in the first half against the Wildcats? They hand it off to Williams. He breaks 3 tackles. Jason Williams, 60 yards on his first 8 carries. First down, Montana to the 29-yard line. Montana playing their best football they've played in months. And that is inexcusable from San Diego, as Breeze's pass way off the mark. We watch 2nd down and 4 for Chicago at the 12-yard line. Mike Roberts drops the throw. Touchdown, Chicago!
Touchdown.
From 12 yards out, and the Dragons, late in this season, mean absolute business. Chicago blowing out Minnesota last week, 38-17 on the road, and they now lead by 9 over the Mustangs. Chicago, like Denver, has been playing their best football as of late. During that losing streak, Chicago just said, reinvent the defense. Just put a bunch of new plays in there. Maybe they'll be more effective for us. And we have seen them discombobulate Motor City this entire day. Here's a huge 3rd down and 2 coming up for Montana. San Diego does not have a stop today. They would like their first.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Heavy set, handoff Williams, and San Diego shuts the door. That's Franks with another tackle, and Montana's too deep in their own territory. They'll probably have to punt this away. Let's go to Portland. 3rd down and 4 for the Huskies. They're up 10-6 on Denver. Blackman, deep shot, sideline. No. Receiver's out of bounds, and I think he dropped it anyway. Montana will, in fact, punt. So 4 touchdowns in the first 4 possessions in that game, and then back-to-back stops. Montana and San Diego still tied at 14. That punt is going to deaden at the 8-yard line. $17 is a number. Good call, Fink. $17-7 Chicago. 10-6 Portland, they got a punt. 14-14 Montana and San Diego.
Let's get it.
Denver on the punt return. Wow, nicely done all the way up to the 48-yard line. Payne Price, 10 carries, 47 yards early on. Picks up 2 on that carry. Mike Daggs Ramos Lynn on the call for that primetime game tonight. Salt Lake and Albuquerque. The Hornets have a chance to clinch the Great West #1 seed. That means they would have home field advantage throughout the Western Conference playoffs.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
3rd down and inches for Motor City. Can they pick it up? Yes, they can, and more. Hand off to Austin, his 3rd carry up to 25 yards. Now it's 3rd down and 7 for San Diego. Jack Holdorf's pass is complete. Holdorf 3 for 3 for 66 yards and a touchdown already today. That pass hauled in by Nicholas McCray. First down, San Diego. Rob Noel on the carry for Denver, nothing doing there, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Avengers. Under 5 to go in the first half.
Let's go now. It's 50, plant.
From the 20. Payne Price. Look at the running lanes. 11 carries for 62 yards. San Diego continues to lead the way in rushing offense in the UFL, over 50 yards per game more than the next team, that is Dakota. Marco Swift in the chat, I really don't want to play San Diego a third time. I can understand that. Very dangerous team. Holdorf, 1st and 10, gets picked up and thrown down at the 2-minute warning. Great stop from Montana. Let's go to Detroit, 3rd down and 5. Jack Brown dropping a throw. Down 10, great protection, and Brown finds an open receiver at the Chicago 27-yard line. That's Ace Fennick, good enough for 24. Holdorf takes off and runs. Holdorf breaks a tackle, gets a block, and Holdorf up to the 37. An impressive 7-yard scamper.
Let's go. 60 or. Mike, you must be dreaming. Hit it.
That ball over the middle to James Walters to the 10-yard line. And Motor City is in the red zone at the 2-minute warning, trying to strike back. Montana gets another stop on San Diego, so they call a timeout to preserve time. Denver is near the red zone, 1 yard outside of it. 3rd reception for Garday, under 3 minutes to go in Oregon. A precarious 4-point advantage for Portland right now. Chicago is up 10, but Motor City is threatening on the 10-yard line. Jack Brown firing back corner of the end zone. He overthrew his intended receiver, now 7 of 10. Blake Green, 11 of 12, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks against San Diego in the first half. Noel's got Denver in the red zone. Brown on a 2nd down and 10, delivers to Fennick. Fennick is stopped at the 2-yard line, and Blake Green almost threw an interception that would have been an easy walk-in touchdown for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 7 for McKay Breeze and the Avengers offense. A lobbed pass to the near side, picks up a couple of yards. Pearson on the reception. Blake Green's got a 1st down with 1 minute to go. Montana has 2 timeouts. Finally hit the 2-minute warning in Denver. Back to Motor City, 3rd and 2. They can technically get a 1st down. Handoff, and nowhere to go. The ruling is that it's 4th and 1 as Montana's up to midfield. They'll call a timeout. Breeze is pushed backwards. Portland calls a timeout. They get a 3rd down stop, so it will be 4th down for the Avengers. 4th and 1 for Motor City. What are they going to do? They're going to take the points. That's kind of surprising. 18-yard kick is good for Motor City. That makes it a 1-score game in Michigan. Blake Green doesn't have a lot of time. 30 seconds to the sideline. Caught at the Wildcat 27-yard line. Out of bounds. Stops the clock. Brady Bradley from 22 yards away. Of all the teams on the road in San Diego, to be doing what Montana is doing in the first half is nothing short of a miracle. The Denver field goal is good. That makes it 10-9. 3 different field goals. That one from 36 yards away for Denver. There is a fumble. It is scooped up by an offensive lineman for Montana, but you cannot, only the fumbler can advance the fumble inside of 2 minutes, which means that Montana will only be able to, wow, that ball squirted out of there, only be able to get off one more play, and that fumble actually nearly puts them out of field goal range. Fumble forced by Cedric Blasingame, who has been one of the unsung heroes for San Diego. Down to 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds for Montana. They got to get the snap off. They do. Blake Green, against some pressure, gets a little bit closer for the field goal with 3 seconds left. It would be a 48-yard attempt to give Montana the lead just before the break. And Montana is not bringing on the field goal team. There's 3 seconds left. Blake Green going for the gusto inside the 10, but gonna come up short. A little bit of a surprising decision there by Montana. Not sure why the Silvertips did not try to take the points there. Maybe it had to do with the fact that they still had the one timeout, but I mean, 48 is not a gimme necessarily, but for Montana to take the lead, that was a little surprising, and that is the end of the first half of play. San Diego maybe a little bit of a break there, but Montana still a very impressive first half, all knotted up at 14. 35 seconds to go in the first half in Motor City. Chicago gets it to their own 45-yard line, but just one timeout remaining for the Dragons, who have a 7-point lead. Third down and 12 for Portland. 1 minute to go in that half. Blackman takes a huge hit. Denver will call a timeout. Mike Roberts in trouble. He's going to be sacked. And now Motor City will call a timeout because it's fourth down, and they can do something with it before the end of the half. Montana, San Diego, the first game to kick off the third quarter. While the weather, as that punt will roll into the end zone with 4 seconds left. The weather is just fine today around the UFL. Indoors in Motor City, overcast in Portland, and a pretty day in San Diego. No surprise there. But coming up here at VFN headquarters, a pretty nasty storm about to blow through, maybe in about 45 minutes. McKay Breeze has a lot of room to run up to the 47-yard line. It's halftime in Detroit, so Denver has an opportunity here. They have one timeout. As Breeze again takes off and gets all the way down to the 33-yard line. That may be just enough to get Denver into field goal range for their fourth attempt of the half. Meanwhile, Jason Williams averaging 7.1 yards a carry. Montana gets the football to start the second half, and they're almost across midfield. Still looking for their first lead of the day. We'll see if Denver can take the lead going into the second half with 4 field goals. Draw play to Williams. Not much doing there against San Diego. 5 seconds left for Denver. What will they do? They'll kick from 50. From 50 yards. The Avengers hit. It's good. Wow. Denver from 50 yards away. Got to get another look at that. Hit the camera. Just beyond the crossbar. We saw that a couple of times earlier this season. But, man, the Denver Avengers, as Corey Preston gets loose for Chicago, with 4 field goals in the first half, take a 12-10 lead over the Portland Huskies. Now a third down and 2 for Montana, trying to stay on the field. Handoff right up the middle. First down, Silvertips to the 40. Buchanan comes in to give Williams a break and pick up the first down. Chicago up 17-10 on Motor City. They won the first meeting 27-24 in a nail-biter. It does say 50, not 51 plus, but 50. No, 51 plus is the number you are seeking there. 50 is on its own now. We made that change about halfway through the season. Third down and 8 for Chicago. Roberts needs the Motor City 43-yard line. And Roberts' pass is deflected at the line. Just his second incompletion of the day, and Motor City will get a stop. Second down and 11 for Montana. Turns into a third down and 11. Montana trying to get their first lead of the day. 8:20 to go in the third. They've successfully taken 4 minutes off this second half clock. And Green tried to set up the screen, and Montana has not called a screen on third down. And whoa, whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at upper left-hand corner. How is that down at the 1-yard line? Did he? Oh, so he made contact with it at the 1. Remember, it's where you first make contact with the football, even though he spiked it into the end zone. Because it was on the 1 when he touched it, Motor City ends up on their own 1-yard line. Handoff gets him out of the end zone at the 7. Montana ended up coming up empty on that drive. The Silvertips have been so close, but they stopped San Diego at the 3. So back-to-back stellar punts from Chicago and Montana. Motor City's Jack Brown complete as King Richard swan dives to the 26-yard line. Neil Rivers, Hugo card number 53. Payne Price on the carry, on the counter to the 19-yard line. And Neil Rivers, you have a horizontal on the bottom row, despite having just 9 of the 17 numbers. Congrats, Neil. How about that? We're talking about moves in the chat. What you're going to expect to see in the offseason is we're going to do a comprehensive review of all the teams' rosters. We want teams that have poor rosters to be able to invest in free agents, and then we want the rich teams to potentially lose some pieces that are not a high priority for them to keep. If you're a team with a lot of users on the team, you are all protected. Nothing's going to happen to you. But maybe the top players on your team that are unclaimed, they may be out the door because you may not be able to protect all of them. And then at that point, it's just finding the best fits for these players. We had a few very successful trades in the UFL this season where basically all the teams got better after the trades. It was just a better fit. Denver comes to mind, winners of 3 of their last 4 since Nate Hall was traded to San Jose. That's worked out for San Jose, and Denver has a new quarterback in McKay Breeze. Austin was tripped up at the 25-yard line. He almost scored for the Mustangs. First down for Motor City. They almost had that. And Montana's defense forces a 3-and-out. So since we had 4 touchdowns on the first 4 possessions in San Diego, we have had no points, and we are deadlocked at 14.
Ready, set. 51, Mike 51. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
Motor City threatening into the red zone. There's a blitz there from Chicago, and the Mustangs deliver. First and goal at the 8-yard line. Portland trails by 2 at home. Teray Wright with a rare carry today for Portland. on their opening drive of the second half, trying to retake the lead against the pesky Avengers. Oh, unclaimed players will definitely go into free agency this season, and teams will have to prioritize keeping them. Teams are also going to get to vote on what their top priorities or who their top targets might be in free agency. And if somebody wants a particular player more than another team, that could be the difference in that player deciding to go to your squad. It's all about voting priority, just like it is in season. But there's going to be a ton of movement, and we're going to have a ton of content surrounding these moves. As Jack Brown tries to throw into a contested passing window. That's incomplete, so a huge 3rd down and goal coming up for Motor City. You got it, Josh.
Down. 60 outlaw. Check. 53 is mine. All right,
3rd down and goal at the 5. Jack Brown fires out route. Richard short at the 2. Decision time for the Mustangs. Portland is in the red zone at the 7. Montana has to punt it away again. Wild game in California, and the punt is going to die at the 4. San Diego can't get out of the shadow of their own end zone. Montana's special teams catching up. Play fake. Blackman back in the end zone, nearly picked. Excellent coverage. Blackman now 17 of 23 for the 2nd time today. Motor City is going to attempt a field goal inside their own 5-yard line. That kick is good from 19 yards. 17-13 is your new score. Chicago still hanging on to the lead. Zach Holdorf going to throw on 1st down and 10. Pick up 2. Holdorf 4 for 5 for 68 yards and a touchdown. He's been efficient, but San Diego's offense has not been on the field a ton in this game. 277 total yards for Montana, but they still don't have the lead. That pass over the middle for Portland is incomplete. Now it's 4th down and goal at the 7. We'll likely see a field goal here for the Huskies to give them the lead. 9 carries, 91 yards for San Diego, but Holdorf cannot pick up the 1st down, so it's 3rd and inches for San Diego. A 24-yard field goal attempt coming up for Portland to make it 12-13. That kick is good. Holdorf sends that one into the Montana bench. Portland retakes the lead, and Montana gets another stop. Toss play out to Corey Preston to the 27-yard line as Chicago protects a 4-point lead with 5:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. Thunder rolls outside of VFN headquarters as Montana will start from their own 40-yard line. They have certainly won the field position battle in this game, but the question is, can they take advantage? Blake Green, 20 of 24. 202 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. We go to Motor City on a crucial 3rd down and 2 for the Dragons with 4:35 to go in the 3rd quarter. Mike Roberts on a play action fake. He's going to toss it down the field, and the legs get taken out from under the intended receiver. That was Mebane that would have made an impossible catch, and the Mustangs get the stop. Look at upper left-hand corner. Watch Mebane go up for this one, and he just got shunned. Jason Williams right up the gut on San Diego's strong defense, usually strong defense. 91 yards on 14 carries for Jason Williams. 1st down for Montana. 4th and 2. Chicago will have to punt it away. And this one is down to the 1 again.
That's it, baby. We got work.
Chicago and Montana have both on back-to-back possessions pinned their opponents down at the 1-yard line, and Jason Williams is just running halfback dives right up the middle. There's nobody there for San Diego. I mean, that's as easy as it gets up front.
Set, ready?
Montana's offensive line outperforming.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
At the one again are the Mustangs with 4:23 to go in the third. Hand off to the fullback and tried to run it right, and Chicago gets a safety. 19-13. As the Dragons will get the football back up 6 points. Fullback did not have the vision on that play. Second and 11 at the San Diego 25, nearing the end of the third quarter in California. Hand off to Jason Williams. Williams has the Silver Tips in the red zone. Man, oh man, the Dragons have a golden opportunity here to sweep the Mustangs. It would really help out Cincinnati. Mike Roberts, 13 of 16, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. That was caught at the 11-yard line by K. Marion. The field goal for Portland is good. Look at Marion beat the outstretched Palmer. That was a 47-yard field goal for Portland, making it 16-12. Some good numbers tonight, 21 called numbers right now. Montana is in the red zone, 1st and 10 at the 11. Start of the fourth quarter, 14-14 game. Jason Williams again, down to the 5. Motor City, Portland, and San Diego all in one-score tussles with teams who are out of the playoff picture. 2nd and 4 for Montana. Draw play, handoff Williams. Jason Williams pushing into the end zone for a 5-yard score. And the Silver Tips have their first lead of the night. It comes in the fourth quarter. Neil's got another Yugo on his second card. And also on the bottom row, Neil's got a double Yugo. No, it's not a 1 for the safety. It just counts as a score. Because technically that's a -1, and we don't have negative numbers. Chicago will punt it away, and that punt is down at the 9-yard line. Motor City pin inside their 10-yard line for their 3rd straight trip. 21 is off the board for Montana. And they have taken the lead on a stunned Wildcat crowd. Denver is down 4 with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Are they marking that forward progress for Denver? They are not. And Portland gets a stop. Man, the wind is really whipping. A little nervous for our game night at the moment. That is Motor City getting a first down. Denver's going to have to punt the football. Austin's 7th carry of the game. And now it's up to Zach Holdorf and the San Diego Wildcats to respond. I've got wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour going on right now. Holdorf on a 1st down and 10. Going to take off and run. Montana was there. Gain of 3. There's a penalty marker in Detroit. 1st down for the Huskies on their own 35-yard line with 4:03 to go in the third. Deep shot, Blackman on a line. Incomplete. It actually looked like the receiver was getting grabbed. No call. That's a little surprising as Fennick gets the ball to the 25. Zach Holdorf going to take off and run for the Wildcats. Changes direction upfield to the 40. 104 yards on 11 carries. 1st down for San Diego. They have not scored since their 2nd possession of the game. Draw to Austin. It'll be third down for the Mustangs, who successfully got the stop after Chicago got the field goal. Third down and 9 for Blackman, just takes a check down. And Denver's going to get the stop with 3:20 to go in the third. Holdorf doesn't take long, going to take off and run again. Past midfield, Holdorf's 12th carry for 120 yards. And a San Diego first down. 201 rushing yards for San Diego. That's 10 less than their season average. Third down and 6 for Motor City. Jack Brown trailing by 6, finds an open receiver. Walters turned the corner and is short by inches. The Dragons celebrate. It looks like Chicago will get another stop. Unless the Mustangs try to challenge. Let's go back to San Diego on the move inside the 30. Down to the 21-yard line trying to answer Montana's touchdown. And how ironic would that be? Montana answered San Diego's first 2 scores of the day. And then the 2 teams ping-ponged punts. And now after Montana scores, now San Diego is potentially answering Montana's touchdown. All 3 games right now are down to the wire here on game night, unsuspectingly, considering the matchups on paper. Holdorf picked up and thrown down. Up to 129 yards, but San Diego's in the red zone on the 12-yard line. Second down, 1 yard to go. Holdorf firing down to the 2-yard line. 6 of 9 for 102 yards. First and goal with 8:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Montana up 7, trying to save the upset. 2 in the backfield for the Wildcats. Denver's across the 50. They toss it to Price. He lost 4 yards. Rob Noel's got a first down for Denver as they near the end of the third quarter. The Avengers have moved the football to the Portland 31-yard line. You look at the updated playoff picture. The Huskies have San Jose and Houston on their back for that number 8 seed. If they were to lose today, that is a beautiful juke and a red zone trip for Denver. Montana just got the interception. Picked off by Brian Owens. And the 3-11 Silver Tips are 7:07 away. Holdorf on a rollout just did not see the safety creeping down into the box. A deep shot from Chicago on 3rd and 4 is no good. 9:11 to go in the fourth, and Motor City will get the football back.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
The first turnover of the San Diego-Montana game. That is the end of the third quarter in Portland. Hand off to Jason Williams on his 20th carry. Only got a yard. The Wildcats cannot fall farther than the 5 seed this week. They have the head-to-head. Check that. Actually, Vegas has the head-to-head over San Diego. So if San Diego were to lose, they would fall to the 6th seed in the Great West playoff hunt. That game was all the way back in week 1. Vegas won it 20-7. Third down and 9 for Montana. Williams to Marion. The pass was way off target, and Montana disappointingly goes 3 and out. McKay Breeze, third down and 5 of the 7. Breeze slides at the 4, 2 yards short of the sticks. Down 4 with 10-4.